Hi, this is Ezra Seligsohn again from the Hebrew Institute of Riverdale. We're now in the Parshiyot of the Karbanot, and I know that can sometimes feel a little bit difficult to connect to. But I wanted to highlight one aspect of bringing Karbanot that shows up in the 5th parak of Sefer Vayikra, and that's the idea of lo tagia yado, or lo tasig yado. And what the Torah introduces is this notion that there are times where a person cannot afford the required korban. They cannot afford what is expected of them, so they can bring a lower down amount. If they cannot bring the sheep, they bring birds instead. And if they cannot afford to bring birds, then they bring a small amount of flour. And we have to ask ourselves, how are we to understand this? If the korban is there to effectuate some kind of metaphysical change, to create some kind of equilibrium in the world, perhaps, due to the sin that had occurred, then how is it possible just to change the amount? How is it possible to bring a different kind of animal? So maybe the Torah says, actually, it works with any amount. Alternatively, we might say, the Torah doesn't care necessarily. God doesn't necessarily care about the objective animal that's brought, but rather it cares about the giver. What can they afford in their particular moment? What can they bring? And this invites all kinds of beautiful thoughts about a certain type of subjectivity. Where is a person at in this moment? And what can they do to make amends for whatever it is they have done? I'm drawn to this one line in the Midrash, in the Sifra, where it says, Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Chavivin alav mitzvah b'sha'ata. God wants the mitzvah done in the right time, and that's even more important than what is the ideal criteria, the type of sheep that's supposed to be brought. And this is such a powerful notion that we might think, oh, I should wait. Let me wait until I'm more wealthy, till I can afford it, till I win the lottery, till my business does well. And then I'll try to make certain kinds of amends. Then I'll go to the Mikdash to bring my sacrifice. And the Torah actually directs the individual, while you may be hopeful about a future moment, actually you're a person right now. Chavivin alav mitzvah b'sha'ata. We are supposed to try to do the mitzvah right now in this moment, with wherever it is you're at. I think this is such a powerful lesson, even in a world without the Mikdash, the Mishkan, the tabernacle, or the temple, that what is the mitzvah that we can do right now? What is the amount I can give right now? What is the time dedication I can offer in this moment? It's true, maybe one day I'll be retired, I'll be able to dedicate so much more time to Torah learning, to volunteering, to charity. But what am I able to do with who I am right in this moment? Perhaps it's an $18 donation. Perhaps it's just helping somebody across the street. Perhaps it's volunteering for 1 hour in a week, or in a month, or even in a year. What can I offer of myself in this moment to help improve the world, to help give to my fellow Jews, to my fellow human beings, and follow the words of the Torah? Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.